guitar mates, great to see you again. My name is Jeff Sinker, and of course I'm back with another lesson. This time, no Iron Maiden, I'm afraid. It is another Saxon song, and why not? They've just released a new album, Carpe Diem. I think that's how you pronounce it. Yeah, I think it is. What a cracking album it is. Listened to them the other day. It's just been released on YouTube. All the tracks are out there. They are really banging. It is well worth checking out that album. They've just released the single Pilgrimage, which is the song, of course, that we're looking at today. Another great song. First time I heard it, I'm like, yeah, we've got to do this. I've got to show you how to learn this. So this is what we have today in today's lesson. We are going to be covering all of the main guitar parts. What Paul Quinn was doing, what Doug Scarrett was doing, apart from the guitar solo, that will be coming later, I do promise. Work is already in progress on that. I've done the tablature for it. I've even put together, just for the benefit of you guitar mates out there, I've even put together a little backing track with you, so you got the drums on there as well. So you can have some fun playing along with this track. But really is fun. It really has got some power behind it. I just love playing this riff, which you'll notice inside the video. Can't stop playing it. Anyway, enough of me babbling on. I'm sure you're sick to death of hearing me so far anyway. Let's get into it and let me show you how to play Pilgrimage. So don't go away. Right, before we start, just want to talk about the tuning for this song. Like all Saxon songs, they tune down to a half step down. So we are on an E flat, A flat, D flat, G flat, B flat, and again an E flat. So to play along with the backing track, to follow what I'm doing here, really need to tune the guitar down a half tone down to an E flat tuning. Right, let's get into the song. What I'm going to do, I'm going to play through that intro that is played by Paul Quinn, and then I'll break it down for you. So it goes like this. Right, nice little passage to that one there. So what we're doing, we are working down using the A as the root here. And we're going to start up on the 7th fret on the D string and 9th fret on the G string. And we're going to play A string, D string, and then G string, followed by lifting the finger to the 7th fret on the G. So we get... And then we put the finger back down on the 9th fret on the G. That's our first part. Then we move down 2 frets, so we're playing 5 on the D and the 7 on the G. And again with the A. Now on that one, we don't return the finger back down, so we just got them notes there. The next one, we move down again 2 frets on the D and the G string, but you've got to slightly maneuver your fingers because we're going to allow the B open B string to come into play. So we're going to play A, D, to the G, open B, and then back to the G string. So open A, 3 on the D, 5 on the G, open B string, back to the 5 on the G. And the final one is, so we are going to go and play 5 on the D and 5 on the G, and again including that open B string. So A, 5D, 5G, and open B. And again, on this one, we don't return back on that note. So just play it through just quickly for you. I'll play it through slowly for you. So. So that is what's being played by Paul Quinn through the majority of the song and into the verses. He's playing that. Doug Skerritt, he's playing the overdrive guitar. Now, what you'll hear on the track, when he's played that first line, you get a power chord that is being played, and that is being played by Doug. It's just a G5 to an A5, but Paul Quinn isn't playing that. He's coming back again as that. He's already going back in. And again, we have the power chord that is being played over the top of that. Through the verse, or just before we enter the verse, there is a slight change in the rundown. So I just want to just quickly talk about that. What we're going to do, we get the normal, the first three. So he doesn't play that final one, he's just doing on that. And he just holds. Got a counter forward and then back into. But of course, by that time, you've got the overdrive guitar from Doug playing over the top of that. But that is the part that is being played by Paul Quinn through the intro and the intro to the verse, and also inside the verse itself. Now what we're going to do, we're going to move on and we're going to look at what Doug is playing. So we're on the overdrive guitar, taking on the role of Doug. What happens here, you have got Paul Quinn playing that rundown that we just looked at. At the end of the line, first thing you'll hear Doug playing will be a power chord G to an A. Right at the end, you get this. Now he's going to hold that all the way through the next progression by Paul till he gets to the end again, and then you have got another power chord line. But this time we're going to play it from a 3 on the E string going across to an A5, which is that, because we've got to get back up here. So you would get this next time. But from that point, he's then playing double up with Paul, but he's playing a slightly different way or approach to it. He's playing this. Right, let me just show you what he's playing there. It's the same position that we're playing on the strings for the first two. He's just going to do a kind of 2 chugs on the A. Then we've got... So I'm playing again, I'm playing that 7 on the D and G9. We're going to play that as a kind of 2 notes. Lift the finger, so we're doing 7-7. And then put your finger back down on the 9 on the G. Move down and we're going to play 2 chugs again on the A. And then we do the same thing here. But of course, we don't go back on that one. We're going to move down 2 frets. But on this one, we don't have the open string. What he's going to do, instead of going to the B, he's going to go to the B, which is on the 4th fret on your G string. So we get... And he's doing the same thing on the next one, where we're playing the 5-5. Just dropping down to that 4th fret, so we're doing 5-4. 5-5 to a 5-4. Then he's back in. Now, like I said, he's doing that. Running through that line. That part where he's about to go into the verse, again, we don't play that final one, so we just got this line. back into the verse, play all the way through the verse. So the two guitars, we've got Paul and we've got Doug playing that line all the way through until we get to the chorus. Now the chorus is very, very simple. It's just an F power chord to a G power chord. So you're going to play through that line there through, I believe it's 4 times through the verses, and then we go into an F power chord and we hold that for an entire bar. So we get up to a G, back to the F, to the G. Now the final G we get this. Then we back in. So it's F, 1, 2, 3, 4, G, 1, 2, 3, 4, F, 1, 2, 3, 4, final one, G, 2, 3, and then back in. Coming out of the chorus, we have got that same line where we got that the G power chord. So when he comes back in on that line, ready for the vocals to join in. Runs through the whole line again. The format that you've got is you've got that intro that takes you to the G power chord with a break of 1 bar. Then you've got the verse, play through the entire verse. You get a chorus, play through the chorus. You come back, you've got that little rundown again, ending on the G. Holds that for a bar. We go back in, we play an entire verse through again, and we do a chorus again. That's all the same there. Now, as we build into the interlude section, there is going to be a change. So what we've got, instead of going to the G, we're going to go to an E power chord. And that introduces the interlude. So it would go like this. That's allowed to ring out. And what you've got nibs on the bass, then starts his. And we get the dramatic pads from the keyboards as well. But that is then, at this point, we are now into the interlude break, or the bridge, which is also heading towards the guitar solo. We're going to now flip back to the clean guitar. We're going to look at what Paul Quinn is playing through that section. So let's set the scene. We've got the dramatic pad playing, and we've got Nibs on the bass playing his little line. He's just playing along on a E string, alternating with the little octave that he's playing on that bass line. But then what we hear is this line. Repeats. In fact, that repeats through that interlude section, taking us to the guitar solo. So what's going on there? Well, we are playing in 6, moving down between the D and the G string. The key to playing this really is using the second finger all the time on that D string. We're going to take 2 separate shapes. The first one, we're going to use this right at the beginning, is when we play in a straight line, we're playing the 2 notes on the same fret. And we're going to start off with a 12-12. So 12 on the D, 12 on the B. We're going to move down and do the same thing on the 10. Now we're going to move down and we're going to do a 9 on the D, second finger still again, and first finger now picks up the 8. So we've got. Then we go back to the 10-10. Moving down to 7-7, back to the 9-8, back up to the 12, to the 10-10, 9-8, and now all the way down to the 5-5. So it's 12-12, 10-10, 9-8, 10-10, play that again. So what we have there, 12-12, 10-10, 9-8, 10-10, 7-7, 9-8, it's 12-12, 10-10, 9-8, 5-5. And as I said, Paul is just playing that round and round through that kind of dramatic little interlude section they got, which is taking us to the guitar solo. Now, on the album, there is a second guitar being overdubbed over the top of this, because really what you've got on the video, if you watch it, you have got Doug playing some lead lines over the top before he gets into his main solo, but you can hear the chords chugging behind that. So what we're going to do now is look at what them chords are that are being played behind that passage. So we're going to change up and get on the overdrive guitar again. So we're just going to quickly look at that chord progression that's been played through the interlude section while Doug is building up for his big guitar solo. And these are the chords that I played behind the guitar solo as well. So we starts off with an E5 for one bar, to A, you play it down here or down here, whichever, to C, to a D, then you go up to the E, down to the D, down to the C, back to the D. Then we go back, repeat that whole line through, which is going through the solo section. Once we play that line through, then we go into a chorus. So as we come out of that D at the end of that line, comes out, and say it just plays a standard progression for a chorus, then back in. Now, of course, when we do this one that we're coming in, that first line, got the pause on that, then it goes into a verse. Play through the entire verse again and play through a chorus. But this chorus, we repeat it twice. So we've gone through the verse, go into the chorus, you repeat the chorus, come out of the chorus, and then we just play through that takes us to the end, the normal line. There is no break on the G after that. Once you've done the double chorus, it just goes back and plays that riff. And we just keep playing that to the end of the song. So there are all of the parts of the main rhythm guitars. Now, I will be looking at the guitar solo, but not in this video. I'm putting together a backing track for you. I've got the tablature done. I just haven't finished recording the guitar solo yet. But that will be coming very, very shortly with the backing track, etc. And that will probably be posted on the premium channel. But this one, free to learn it, free to enjoy yourself on this. But if you do want to venture into the guitar solo, then I will send you a message notifying you when it is available. Well, I do hope you've enjoyed learning to play this. It's a cracking little song. Love the album. If you haven't heard the album, check it out. Carpe Diem, Carpe Diem, not too sure which one it is, I'm afraid. It really is a cracking album and well worth a listen. And if you're lucky enough to be back in the UK, don't forget they will be touring in the UK. So do get down and check them out. They are really, really good live. Anyway, I'm going to let you go, let you get into it and enjoy yourself. And until the next time, this is Jeff wishing you well. And I'll speak to you again real soon. Till then, goodbye.